Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Any stories?
Yes, I have the human interest story. So a mobile police officer attached to the 43 PMF of the Lagos State Police Command has been murdered on New Year's Day in Adamawa State. So they said the officer, identified as Inspector Richard Felix, and was attacked at Shagamu Hotel, Yola South Local Government area of Adamawa by some men at about 12:10 a.m. Yesterday. And they said the police had raced to the scene of the incident. The 46-year-old policeman was discovered with severe injuries on his chest, and he was quickly rushed to the specialist hospital in Yola, where he was confirmed dead. Later on, they said that they actually brought him in dead. And the story also says some thugs attacked the policeman who was not in uniform. They don't know why he was attacked. When the police got to the scene, they had just rushed him quickly to the hospital. And so we don't have some of the details. Some persons are also asking, they say he's supposed to be in Lagos. They don't have a reason why he's in, Adamawa State at the time that it happened. But one person has been arrested, a suspect has been arrested, and investigations are ongoing. So maybe they'll be able to uncover, what's actually happened. And this is painful. We really do not have enough policemen for us to just be losing them like this.
So the Commissioner for Information and Strategy of Lagos State, Mr. Gbenga Omotosho, has said that the state government will focus on completing ongoing projects, and they will use the 2.2, very ambitious 2.2 trillion naira budget judiciously. According to him, exciting times are on the way. Moments and great projects that are going to be completed. He mentioned that there will be one of the first projects is going that the Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu will complete the Mercy Seat Hospital. It's going to be the largest pediatric hospital in Africa by the time it's completed.
Okay.
The medical health center in Ketu, Ejiri, says it's going to be a mental health hospital. It's a rehab center. It's going to be over 500-bed hospital that will be completed. It says that it's going to, there's a hospital being built in Ojo, the Ojo General Hospital, which has its first in decades. It's also going to be completed, and very important, the new airport that they are building in Lekki area would also come on board. So these are some mega projects on the way in Lagos State, and these are exciting times that we should just support and provide support the government and as a plan to provide employment for more Nigerians with these projects.
Okay, so the Dangote refining complex has received its fourth crude oil shipment of 1 million barrels of Bunny Light crude supply by NNPCL. They said the MD had said that the refinery will receive about 4 million crude shipments before the end of 2023, and then the remaining 2 by early January 2024. And that this, once this is done, it will put the refinery in good stead to commence operation. Once the 6 million barrels are fully delivered, it will facilitate the initial run of refinery as well as kickstart the production of diesel, aviation fuel, and LPG, and then subsequently PMS. So they're also saying that this will play a pivotal role in alleviating the fuel supply challenges faced by Nigeria as well as West African countries. As we all know, so this report talked about the refinery, its capacity, and it says that it's fully self-sufficient. It will be able to take care of 100% of all our needs and also be available for export. So we're quite excited to this, and we're looking forward to it.
Okay, moving on quickly now to Daily Sun. Pope wades into Plateau attacks. Governor declares 1-week mourning. Applies civil war strategy on terrorists. Anglican bishop tells federal government. High expectations as Tinubu signs 2024 budget into law. NSITF to expand social security net in 2024. First Lady Remi Tinubu supports effort to separate conjoined twins in National Hospital. IPOP tackles Tinubu, Shetima over insecurity in Southeast. Igbo lawmakers, women demand Kanu's release. And LP, now Nigeria's main opposition party, says Peter Obi. Okay, which story are we taking?
Let me just take the Plateau story just for different perspectives. So there's a mourning period in Plateau State right now, as announced by the governor. So it's from January 1st to 8th. During this period, the flag will be at half-mast. And the governor is also asking the Muslim community in the mosque also on Friday to recognize that day as well. So That's what is happening. And so I guess we're asking the whole country to join Plateau State this period. And then hopefully beyond prayers, that work is being put in place for the investigation, prosecution, and just the end of these incessant killings in Plateau State.
Okay, so the First Lady, just what Murayo said, had visited the National Hospital for the 1st of January, usual ceremonies. And on that visit, she saw conjoined twins at the National Hospital, which she offered to support the separation of them. She also made the offer when she was there. The chief medical director of the hospital, while appreciating her support, asked for more support towards the legacies of the National Hospital to ensure that, this is the foremost in the country, continue to give free medical health or medical health as affordable as possible.
Okay. So Bishop Timothy Yahaya of the Anglican Communion, Kaduna Diocese, in his New Year message, advised the federal government to apply what he called civil war strategy against the alarming rate of terrorist attacks and killings in the country. And he said that, remember that in the civil war, Nigeria had about 10,000 population of armed forces, but in just within 6 months, they were able to recruit 250,000 to, help quell the civil war. And now we have a larger number of a population, and yet we have less than we had at the time. So he's asking the federal government to look into employing more soldiers. And he says whether the strategies they are deploying is right or wrong, the manpower that's available cannot quell this fight. So they need to get more people into the military. Whatever strategies they want to adopt, if they don't have enough manpower, they can't do that. Then he talked also about agriculture, said we need to now start diversifying. We have to remove all the focus on just the oil. We should look at our rubber, our cocoa, our palm oil. He mentioned quite a number of them. And also the seedlings that these farmers get, that all over the world, agriculture has moved away from just the local type of farming that we are still doing here. And so government must invest in the seedlings that the farmers are getting and everything. It was just a message packed,
So the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has in his New Year message said that Nigeria is possible in spite of the numerous yet to be fulfilled aspirations of citizens. In his New Year message, he said that Nigeria is the only country we have deeply endowed but lacking good leadership over the years. We continue to seek new Nigeria, and that Labour will continue to adjust to his new role as the main opposition party. And I'm sure Nigerians are looking for a good opposition to stir up good conversations in national politics. So he's saying he expressed his heartfelt and warmest greetings to all Nigerians. He prayed God to bless them richly and grant them their good heart's desires in New Year and beyond. Okay. Final paper for this morning, Vanguard. Let's find a story we've not taken at all. Nigeria too important to be left in hands of transactional politicians. Over 3,000 megawatts, Emirat asks Tinubu to wade into Mambila power dispute. 2024, APC mom as PDP LP dismissed Tinubu's address as hollow. The truth about Biafra and its so-called indigenous people, says readers' right to respond. Plateau, God free Nigeria from these horrors, Pope Francis says. And Tinubu signs 2024 budget of 28.78 trillion into law. Oh, I didn't even take the major headline. Plateau attacks. Okay, groups slam Chief of Army Staff on why Nigerians can't bear arms. Okay, so I think we're taking most of the stories here.
Yeah, I have the Mambila story. Okay. The Emir of Mambila, His Royal Highness Dr. Shehu Baju II, has written a letter dated December 18 to the President. He titled it "The Mambila Hydropower Project and Final Resolve 40 Years On." Is on this letter generally just talking about the benefits that the project would have brought to Nigeria, but for these litigations and all these unresolved issues. I remember when the former Minister for Works was on the show, he talked about how the litigation would stall a project for years, and the opposition would have gone and say it's a 3 years contract. I don't know why they used 10 years to do it, but you're in court because of all of these things, and taking court orders stalling progress for long. So he's asking that the President should turn his lenses on the Mambila Hydro project and try as much as possible to resolve this, because 50,000 jobs skilled jobs are possible from this. 3,500 megawatts of electricity is possible from this. The northern region will be boosted economic-wise from so many benefits that would have come from it, and hopefully once and for all.
Just potential city
idly. And it's also annoying when it's an external contractor holding us back. We must always tidy up. Whatever contracts we are giving, entering into all these people bringing their money to invest, must always be protective of us. We can't be sitting 40 years on, and somebody is in court holding a country back.
I think that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, move on to our hot topic of today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.